My yeah, bless you. My yeah.
I miss them.
I know. I feel like they were a big part of my youth.
I don't feel like they were a part of my youth at all.
Well, you're the same age as them.
No, I'm not.
Oh my gosh. You see, it's not me this week. Ah, 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 ah. We are not the same age.
Welcome to Sitcoms in Color, a podcast where we explore movies and sitcoms and the diversity that comes with them. We love the diversification of TV and cinema. I'm one of your hosts, Millie Red, and I'm going to have my other co-hosts introduce themselves.
I'm Crypt.
And I'm Lady Lily. Y'all, we took a break.
Sure
We
did.
were
long
on a
break.
break.
It was like a summer break.
Whole
I feel
summer
like
break.
I don't even feel like it was a summer break. I think it was a spring summer.
It was
No,
a
I think it
semester
was
break.
summer. Basically, yes.
It was a semester break.
And then we didn't even start in fall. We're like, fall have already begun.
We
Well,
almost
no,
took a year
technically
off.
we're not that far. We're not that far off. Fall just kind of really started like 2 weeks ago.
Not true.
Yeah.
Yeah, life was definitely lifing.
Yes.
But we are ready to get back into the groove of things. We know y'all missed us. We missed y'all too. So
Yeah.
this month we are exploring Halloween episodes of some of your favorite sitcoms. The theme, What's a Ghost to a Goblin? Today we're going to discuss a show that is incredible, legendary, and one of a kind. A show called Marty. Marty.
Y'all, I'm so excited to be talking about one of my favorite shows of all time. The intro you just heard was created by Mark Kibble, Steve Kiet, and Paul Wright. The episode we're going to be discussing is season 1, episode 10, titled The Night He Came Home. The episode aired October 29th, 1992, but the show aired from August 1992 to May 1997. The show was created by John Bowman, Martin Lawrence, and Topper Carew. But before I continue on with Martin, I do want to fact check us on a previous episode that we did because a listener who I work with told me about this and I was very shocked because I didn't know that she was like really paying attention like that. But so going back to Rags to Riches, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air pilot episode. Remember when we were talking about why didn't they send a car or like a driver to go get? So they
Yeah.
actually did. And here are the lyrics. Well, the plane landed, and when I came out, there was a dude who looked like a cop standing there with my name out. I ain't trying to get arrested yet. I just got here. I sprang with the quickness. The lightning disappeared. Then he goes, I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh, and there was a dice in a mirror.
You know, you said early.
Oh, well, see, they cut that whole part out, so how are we supposed to
Yeah.
know? But I guess
Well,
if we're
in
looking
the
in the
early
background of the yeah.
in the
I mean,
early episodes, they had
I
the
mean,
whole entire song, so
well,
Yeah,
shout
but
out
if
to
you rewatch them again, they don't play the full
no.
thing.
No, they don't.
right. They don't play it.
No.
But shout out to that listener.
Right?
Yes, kudos to you. I
Shout
would
out
give them
for her.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, she
like a
said
prize.
she was listening to it on the plane, and then when we were talking about it, she was like, "No!" They
Yeah.
did. I was
So
like,
that
"Oh, snap."
so he just
That's
refused to get up in the car.
Yeah, he refused it because he saw his name. He was like, "Nah, that's a cop."
Wow.
that's
Okay.
crazy. It felt like that listener, it touched a spot in that listener.
Yes, clearly they were a fan of that show.
It struck the
Love that.
nerve. So now that I fact checked us,
I
um,
appreciate it though. I
I
like
Me
appreciated
seeing
that
too.
fact
too. I'm not
check.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
I love
Hmm.
it.
Yep.
We're not gonna get it right, you
No, we're
know?
not. So that was pretty cool. But before we do get into this episode, who watched Martin and what did y'all think about this show?
Oh, I
And who were
remember it
some of
as a
y'all and who were some of y'all favorite characters?
so I remember it as a kid. I don't remember all the episodes, but I do. Martin was funny. My favorite episode is like the parody of like New Jack City. Uh,
Mhm.
with the Rottweiler, the
Mhm.
stuffed rot. And he's like, "Rah!" You can see them break character, and I
Mhm.
totally would have as well. That is one of my no, that between that episode and the Biggie Smalls episode, and when Pam comes out with that like Tina Turner outfit, and the way she's like,
Mhm.
so those are my two favorites. I love Martin.
What were some of your favorite episodes? Or I'm sorry, what were some of your favorite characters?
I was a big Pam fan. I love when she just came in, and I like witty people, I think because I'm witty, so her character resonated with me the most. Everybody else I was cool with, but Pam I think is was my favorite character.
What about you, lady?
So I watched very little pieces of Martin. I knew about Martin, but I didn't like watch the show. I would catch little snippets now and then, like Shanae.
Yeah.
Shanae was a favorite character of mine, and I actually like Pam too. I felt like she was an underdog
Mm.
of the show, and I really like that she always bite back with Martin because Martin was like a rude, misogynistic kind
Mhm.
of like
2
character.
times for the
Mhm.
folks in the back.
Yes.
Those were my two favorite characters.
I liked there's so many episodes that I can literally recite like by heart. That was like one of my favorite shows growing up. Still is. I can still watch it and like laugh like I've never seen the episodes before. I would definitely say Pam resonated with me. I loved her. I thought like her comedic skills and her comedic level was very much like in sync with Martin.
Mhm.
And I remember just like looking back, there are times where she would nut up and he would break character. And it's funny when you can see when you see Martin breaking character.
Mhm.
Um and I loved Shanae. I thought she was really funny. I liked I liked Dragonfly Jones. Dragonfly Jones. Silence. Silence. Loved it. And then like Otis,
Roscoe.
then Mr. Otis Roscoe.
Otis. Otis boy.
Otis. Come here, boy. And then I say Jerome's in that. Like all of the characters. Just awesome. It's just such a wonderful show. I loved it.
The show demonstrated the complex romantic and comical relationship between Martin, who starts off as a radio host and dives deeper into the entertainment industry, and his girlfriend, later turned wife, Gina, played by Tisha Campbell, who was a modern day businesswoman of the 90s. The show demonstrates the chaotic and comedic friendships between the couple and their three friends. Tommy, played by Thomas Michael Ford, who ain't got no job. Pam, played by Tashina Arnold, who works with Gina and can't find a man. That's rude. And Cole, played by Carl Anthony Payne II, who works as a custodial staff and lives at home with his mother. That was Cole's job?
Yeah, he like
Yeah.
cleaned airplanes and stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that. The show was composed of characters played by Martin, including Mama Payne, Otis the police officer, Jerome, who was a true player from the Himalayas, Roscoe, who was a snotty nosed bratty kid who lived next to Gina in the earlier episodes, Shanae, who was Martin's neighbor, and many more zany characters. I've never seen that. Okay, throwing in SAT words. I get it. Alright, I like it. I like it.
Zany. Zany.
Zany. Okay, I ain't never seen that one before. I done read a few books too. Okay. The show featured many celebrity guests and celebrity regulars who starred in older sitcoms like Good Times, What's Happening, Different Strokes, Sanford and Son, and you name it. Martin definitely paid homage to older black sitcoms. He also paid homage to black culture by referencing predominantly black fraternities and sororities, HBCUs, movies like Cooley High, the list keeps going. Martin was and is a staple in the black community.
Okay, so now that we've been properly introduced to the show, let's get into this Halloween episode. It starts with Roscoe, who I cannot stand. I cannot stand his character.
Mm-mm.
So it starts with Roscoe waking up Gina at 6 a.m. in the morning by knocking on her door. They get into an argument because he's offensive, bratty, and it's, 6 a.m. But that's not a problem for me because I'm an early bird.
Y'all, lady gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning and
Oh,
then calls and texts everyone like, "Hi, how you doing? Good morning."
Right. Like, girl, go to sleep.
my brain doesn't, compute that everyone else is asleep. So when I'm up, I'm thinking that everyone in the world is up.
Even though it's dark out.
Even though it's dark out, it's still not computing. Well, anyway, she slammed the door in his face with a quickness. The next scene is the gang watching Nosferatu, a symphony of horror. What is Nosferatu?
Nosferatu. Nosferatu. Do you know what that is, Crip?
No.
Wait, did I pronounce it wrong?
The second time you said Nosferatu.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
It's like I think it's like the German um what is that? The vampire. It's a
Oh,
yeah, it's like
is
a German vampire.
first of all, that old black and white, I don't know how they did it back in the day.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
have you
that was
seen pictures of him?
entertainment.
He's creepy and scary. I would be scared in 1920 if I saw
Okay.
that.
Okay. That's fair.
Did you see a picture of him? No.
From the
No,
TV?
Like what?
not from the episode.
Oh, that's what I thought we were talking about.
Yeah. Have you seen a picture of like the like Nosferatu? Like you seen what he looks like?
Like like in that little TV
Yeah,
when we were
yeah.
watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's terrifying. Like imagine seeing that in like 1920.
Girl, but the CGI alone would have been like, ugh.
Yeah, but that's 1920. We say that when we got 3D.
Oh, that's true. This is true. But the way he was like,
No. I don't know what Nosferatu looked like. But anyway, everyone admitted that the movie was scary, except for Martin. Then they talk about dressing up for Martin's Halloween party by sharing insults. Martin, he talked about how women scare easier than men. He told Gina the only time men get scared is sorry. I actually laughed out loud when he said this. He told Gina that the only time men get scared is when women miss their periods. And to Martin, I want to tell you that women get scared too when they miss their
Yep.
periods. It's not it goes both
Yes.
ways. It's both parties that get scared.
Yes.
right.
It's just not one-sided.
Right?
Tommy talked about how the dark ocean scares him, and Cole described Ronald McDonald and expressed how he was afraid of him, which is actually common. A lot of people are afraid of clowns.
Mhm.
So then Martin called them a bunch of girls, which is very insulting.
Mhm.
Very insulting. Tommy then spoke about how a one legged man from their childhood named Old Man Ackerman died in Martin's apartment. Martin expressed frustration because he wasn't told that information before moving in. Martin, like, he quickly changed his tune when they were talking about old man Ackerman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. He started getting nervous and sweating. That was kind of nice to see. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, especially since he said that Ackerman never told him. I mean, why would Ackerman tell you that's where he gonna die?
No,
I know.
they were saying no, bro. I think they were saying that that the apartment people didn't tell him
Okay.
that
That he
Ackerman.
died.
I
Yeah.
could I misunderstood.
That is too
Literally,
funny.
I remember thinking, I'm like, how is Ackerman gonna tell you this is where he's gonna die? That's kind of creepy.
That's funny. All right, y'all. So the next scene, we get introduced to Martin's coworker, Sean, played by John Grice. He came in wearing a skeleton costume. Martin complimented his costume, and Sean claimed he didn't realize it was Halloween. That was ridiculous.
So
um,
this is something he just wears on a regular,
right?
Like
Just
I'm
on the
just
regular. I
yeah,
just
I'm just
woke up
gonna
because it's Thursday and I'm aware of this. And then we get introduced to their boss, Stan, played by Garrett Morris. Martin insults his suit by calling him a pimp. The scene continued with them insulting each other. After Martin was done with work at the radio station, he went home to the Halloween get together. Martin wanted nothing to do with it, but Gina insisted that they tell scary stories. Martin was up first, and his story was
It was a dark and stormy November. Bush got reelected.
That must be the first Bush, right?
yeah, that was
I
the
think so, yeah.
that was so funny because you thought he was serious, and then and then he's like, "Boo." Oh my gosh! Then Gina sets the rules about the stories being ghost stories. Tommy then told a story that everyone ended up hating. Then it was Gina's turn to tell a story. As she told her story, and it was leading up to the scary part, the door knocked. Martin, then they all freaked out. Martin went to open the door, but nobody was there.
Hey kids, come get y'all candy. Kids.
Who was it?
Nobody.
What you mean, nobody?
It's cool, it's just a win.
Martin Wynn does not knock on the door.
They started to freak out about old man Ackerman, and Pam decided it was a good idea to perform a seance, bring the Ouija board out, and use it. I'm like, when is that ever a good idea?
No. Black
Never a
people
good
don't
idea.
do that.
Why do you have a Ouija board?
Or
Because
seriously?
why invest in a Ouija board? Why? What good come from investing in a
I
Ouija
don't
board?
know. Where did they pull the Ouija board out from? It was just insane.
All I know is y'all pull a Ouija board out, I am out.
I would question why I bought it in the first place.
I would
Like,
question you
absolutely
too.
not.
I'm throwing it outside. I'm throwing it
Like,
out the window.
no. Mm-mm.
That's just
We
not
not
something.
playing with spirits. We
I
That's
not.
mean, I
that was the
agree.
one unrealistic thing in the whole thing. Not even the ghost. It was the fact that black people had a Ouija board. Like,
Right.
what?
I'm like, that is not normally a cultural thing.
No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Because that's the one thing within the black culture is that you don't mess with spirits. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you believe in it or not. You just don't mess with it, period.
At
Mm-mm.
all.
Mm-mm. No.
Rest peacefully.
Hmm.
Peacefully. Exactly.
Please.
So after, gosh, Pam with her crazy self, after occult words were recited, the the Ouija board spelled out Ackerman incorrectly, but also spelled out Martin. And I thought it was funny when they were doing the occult words, and then Martin was like,
Sorry. Sorry. I should have muted, but I didn't press it in time.
Girl, that's that syrup making its
"Yeah,
way down through your chest.
because it's hot."
It's coating your lungs right now.
Let me drink some
You better
water.
drink some water, girl.
Please, I told you.
So,
As much of that syrup water that you drink before you need to drink.
You need like a whole gallon of water.
Yes. I don't remember what I was saying. So I'm just gonna move on. Then craziness broke out in the apartment. The wind was blowing uncontrollably. The cabinets were opening by themselves. A vase flew by itself. Tommy got possessed. Cole was getting beat up by a ghost. That was funny. Then everyone went missing except for a possessed Tommy. Martin decided he was going to bounce. So he opened the closet to get something, and the Halloween decoration ghost in there came alive and started chasing Martin around around the apartment. Martin started yelling and crying on the couch and put a pillow over his head. Tommy and the rest of the gang came out. Sean unmasked himself as the ghost, and they all yelled, "What's up?" That was funny. Martin started laughing and eventually kicked everyone out except for Gina. The episode ended with Martin and Gina about to get it on. The ghost of Old Man Ackerman turned off the lights and Martin and Gina screamed. Okay. So, how did y'all feel about watching this episode? What are your takes?
just by you saying old Ackerman turned off the lights, I remember thinking to myself, that's what y'all get for bringing out that Ouija board because a real spirit came out. But I actually really enjoyed the episode, especially I like belted out in laughter when there was a knock and Gina was just like,
What is that knocking? Gina, I don't know. It ain't opportunity.
I belted out. I just belted out in laughter. But I truly, truly, truly enjoyed the episode. The comedic timing from each character and how everyone played their role. Everyone was like very, very funny.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Crip?
Okay, so I felt like Martin when they were watching the movie on the TV. First of all, thank God TVs got bigger. No, like for real, y'all, for real. Like,
Thank goodness for technology
Yes.
yes,
and advancement.
technological advancements because I just cannot imagine squeezing into the living room for all of us to be, just tightly trying to see on this little 23-inch television. I'm glad we've progressed to minimum like 65, 75 inches now in the living room. Like everybody, you can view from all angles if you're in the kitchen, if you got an open concept kind of thing going on. Yeah, because yeah, that's not enough space in the apartment for me for us to be like crammed up watching the
That I
TV.
think that TV was like a Panasonic.
Back
It
then,
was a
Panasonic was
Panasonic.
or Zenith. Y'all remember Zenith? Zenith used to
Zenith.
run the show,
Mhm.
right? Like if you had a Zenith, like it looked like you had a little change,
Yeah.
a little change. But I love Roscoe. I know you guys don't like his character, but I do. Like, he was like, "You little witch."
But we know what he want to say, what he
Mm-hmm.
really want to
Right.
say.
Yeah. And she's always asking where his mom is, and that is the $1,000,000 question. Like, where is his Roscoe's mom?
I don't
And
know,
yeah.
but he always come back with, "Do your mom know that he sleep over?"
Right.
And why he always sick? Why is he always sick? He always got a
No,
snotty nose.
he's always snotty nose. It doesn't make you sick. It's just right. It's just snotty nose.
No, but even he sounds congested too, cause he'd be like, I will call Child Bruce."
Well, maybe they smoke in the house, and it's just mucus buildup.
I don't know.
He
He
need to
would
go get a chest X-ray. You know what part I thought was was funny when Pam was saying the seance and she was like, "Nah, nah, 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 don't they? Nah, nah, it's for two." And Martin was like, "I'm sorry, babe. She got Tourette's."
That is too funny.
I thought that was so funny.
I wonder where they got that seance from.
Yeah.
That would be nice to know.
That is funny. And there was a part when Martin was
Trying
reciting
to
and he was
say it.
like,
Yeah.
"Mama say, mama,
No, my
mama,
mom, my
mama
son.
sa-
And then he was like, Shaka, Shaka, Shaka
Shaka
Khan.
Khan, Shaka Khan." That was funny.
Remember when the dish broke against the wall or like the vase?
Yes.
I'd be like, I would have to slap old buddy because you breaking stuff. It's one thing for you to make the cabinet doors move. It's a whole different thing to be tearing up furniture in here now.
I was guessing that they put plates in there that's probably don't belong to him. That's
Mm.
what I was guessing.
I would hope so. But yeah, when he's always like kicking them out.
Oh yeah.
I gave my theory to Millie about this. So lady, I always said like I didn't notice it then when I was watching Martin, but as I go back and rewatch episodes, he's always kicking them out just to sleep with Gina.
Mm.
Like pretty
It
much the
com-
majority of the time.
it comes yeah, I can see where it comes across that like that. I think it's I always found it that he kicks him out when his ego is bruised. His
That too.
pride
Yeah.
his
That
pride
too.
is
Mhm.
in this case, like he did not he laughed at them when he realized that this was all a hoax, but he was laughing like sarcastically, like, yeah, yeah, y'all thought this was funny. Get the
Yeah.
stuff in.
Mhm.
Get the hell up out my house.
I think it was trick or treat your ass up out of here.
Right. I would not like I'd be like, "Can we do this at somebody else's house so he could just leave?" But he seems like the type he's always gonna be like, "I wanna leave early now."
I think he's foul. Like,
Yeah.
and like if Martin were a real life person,
Oh man.
Oh
he's
my gosh.
foul. He's offensive. Like he's
Mhm.
somebody where
Yes.
like I don't want to be around somebody that's always going to like degrade me or, other people, or that always has to be right, or that's misogynistic or sexist or, whatever. Like he's just negative. And maybe it's because he's a smaller man, but
Yes.
he's
The Napoleon
yeah, he
complex.
got that Napoleon complex for real. And it's like, come on now, stop that.
And I don't think his character is someone that would want to go and have a party at someone else's. Like
Right.
he has to be in control of it.
Control.
So like he's gonna want to have them meet at his house.
How would you like it if like one of your friends like always felt like they needed to humiliate you in front of everybody at the expense of like a joke or whatever? I don't understand him.
I honestly don't think he would be my friend.
You're right. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
he would not.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what it's
definitely
kind of
not.
shocking that that whole group, like they were close, but again, like their relationships were complex with each other because, you know, I can't imagine one of my friends having a man like him that's always like degrading me or, that's always insulting me. I can't be cool with
Yeah.
you. Like, I wouldn't even want to be over his house.
Yeah. Pam tolerated him.
Oh, for
Yeah, a
sure.
lot. And she
Yeah.
kept trying to get Gina.
This was a very funny episode, but Martin is a turd. Full like he's a turd.
He is.
Yeah. And he gets it from his mama cuz she's a
Yeah.
turd too. The way that she used to treat Gina, like she was awful. Anyway, Crypt, what are we going to be talking about next time?
Next time on the podcast, we're discussing the George Lopez show. This is season 5, episode 5, Trick or Treat Me Right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope you enjoyed this discussion on the sitcom Martin. Be sure to tune in next time as we continue our journey through classic television and movie history.
Yeah. But in the meantime, check us out on Instagram at Sitcoms in Color. Check us out on Facebook at Sitcoms in Color. You can email us at sitcomsincolor@gmail.com. Y'all have any episodes you want us to cover? Hit us up. You can rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, Sitcoms in Color, on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave a comment, and until next time, bye everyone.
Bye.
It's your turn, Chris.
Oh, okay. Stop it, lady. Stop. Seriously, my cheeks. Please. Martin definitely paid homage to... Is it homage? Because I definitely pronounced it.
Homage.
Yeah, homage.
Yeah, this don't feel right. Hold on 1 second. Let me get the phonetics.
The way she looked at us, like, I don't think.
You know you don't
All
say
right.
honor. You say honor.
Homage.
You said
Okay.
homage. What?
Okay, but still, I was closer.
We were closer.
Homage.
We were closer.
We were much closer.
No. Martin definitely paid homage to older black sitcoms. He
You
also
just
paid...
mispronounced it again.
No, I didn't.
You said it was homage.
Let me go back to
Oh, so now you blaming it on us now?
Yes, yes.
After
Yes.
you heard it.
I
You
can't.
heard it.
I know, but it slipped out of my mind. You gotta do this little homage.
And you said it slow. Like you tried to enunciate it.
Because I don't know, like, how to say it again.
Homage.
Homage.
We've been told you to drink that water, though.
It's the 3-to-1 chick. Like what? For every 3 cups of that syrup water you drink, you gotta drink.
And is that
You gotta drink-
purified water? Or are you really trying?
You gotta drink 9 cups of water.
You need some alkaline water to really help get that out.